Alright, so with first pick here, completely blind. The pick I usually do in this situation is Zyra. I think Zyra is pretty consistent right now. I have her on tier 1 on my tier list right now. So here we are going to do the represent for her. The reason why she's a safe pick is because there isn't really anything that counters her. But okay, so there's one specific scenario where she can be countered, and it's double siege. Particularly like a Xerath bot lane with, say, like a Lethality Varus or a Caitlyn. That would be like the nightmare situation, because Zyra would get out traded massively before she can even walk into range. But that situation happens extremely rarely, and to be honest, if you are first pick, you will probably get looked to get countered anyway, unless the enemy bot lane are like one-trick ponies. So yeah, the plants are good for CC. You got poke. We could do a safe Zyra build with the Arcane Comet. You can do a little bit more aggro with Electrocute. So we'll see at the situation what's coming down here. Now, is that a support misfortune that we're seeing here? Are we seeing that right? We haven't got our beer goggles on at all, have we? I think if that is going to be a support misfortune, I might go Arcane. No, we'll do Electrocute. We'll do Electrocute into that one. We should be able to hit the Vayne if that's true. Could be Vayne top. That is true. It could be Vayne top and Misfortune AD. Gragas jungle, Lissandra mid. That definitely could happen. Be interesting to see. It could be Gragas support as well. There's a lot of different things here actually that enemy could do to flex in different positions. So yeah, it is Vayne top, you're correct. It is Vayne top, Misfortune AD. Don't really see the Vayne top lane that much. But I guess we do we show the Urgot pick? Yeah, we showed the Urgot pick, so that's why the Vayne went that direction. I think we're gonna go... We'll go greedy here. We'll go boots and cookies. Cookies will give us enough at least for the mana regen. We should be okay. We should be okay down here. There's going to be a lot of movement speed down here. That's probably one reason why it might not be great to go Arcane Comet, because it will miss if E doesn't land or a plant slow. They should be the Janna will likely be going onto me to try and trade, so it should open up where we're going to get those Electrocute procs on over to the over onto the Janna. Why is support misfortune a thing? It's not. Unfortunately, there's been some content creators trying to get some quick views by advocating things like Ashe support and stuff and making them seem great and things. I've been thinking about doing my own videos on them, highlighting why they should not be played. But unfortunately, it's don't be misled in thinking that a couple of picks that may seem unusual bot side, usually they are only done because of views and to get you to click onto the videos to see, oh, this support works, does it? I've noticed as well is that there's been other content creators as well trying to pass off high ELO games, but they're actually playing in gold solo queue. With like a 50% win rate as well, which has been really sketchy and honestly like extremely unethical and misleading to the support community. And I've noticed that a lot over the past couple of months, more and more people asking for, does this work as support? So-and-so did this as support, does this work? Feels like I'm having to clean up the mess that other content creators have made because they have tried to get views for off-meta stuff. So I'm not too happy about what a couple of my fellow colleagues should have done, unfortunately. The most surprising off-meta thing that does work is Swain. Anything else, Maokai can potentially work, as I've mentioned in my tier list, if you've got a lot of experience playing Maokai and you're coming down to support to learn it. But like the large majority of cases are just clickbait and completely misleading and stuff, so just do your best and try not to get baited by some of these influences, unfortunately. So I do my best, you know, to try and give you guys the most accurate information at the time and stuff. So just to give you guys a warning there from what I've noticed the past month or two. It's all about views to them, and let's be honest, like at the end of the day, our jobs as content creator is to get views and is to make money. What I'd say is what those people are doing are unethical, but you know, the real life isn't, you know, fair or a fair place. YouTube's no different, so you know, it's all fair game in a way. And if I didn't care so much about, like, you know, about misleading people, then honestly I would do it myself, because it's a quick buck. Quick buck, isn't it? Just doing an Ashe support game and going, haha, this really does work. When it obviously doesn't. Hey Bizzle, is there a way to tell when to go Scorch and when to go Gathering Storm, something like Sona, Soraka, Nami? Scorch on Enchanters is pretty bad, unfortunately. As soon as you hit 10 minutes into the game, the AP value you get from Gathering Storm is better than Scorch. So as long as you think the game's gonna last 20 minutes or longer, always go Gathering on Enchanters. Unless you're taking Arcane Comet, because Arcane Comet can proc off Scorch. So if you are going... Arcane Comet, then you will want Scorch still. Is Tarek worth playing? Tomorrow? Honestly? Yes. But under even more extreme circumstances. Wow, they're both really low. One Varus Q with a W activation on him should get something here. Oh, you missed! And here comes the gank. Trundle can make it here in time. That is a pog pillar. Holy crap, dude. Well played. Love it. Lovely. Nice teamwork from everyone there. Yeah, that was a very sexy pillar there. Gragas literally couldn't move there. That was amazing. The only thing the enemy get there is a little bit of study from Lissandra, but that roam is definitely worth it. Yeah, their bot lane were like super hard committing to be really aggro then. Trundle answered the Gragas at the perfect time there as well. The only downside on the map right now is top lane. Top lane's already losing into the Vayne pick. So that's their late game potentially going to be secured. Gragas is top side as well. Gragas missed. Not sure if there's any point. I mean, they've got double buff on Trundle, it could work. Gragas is easing cooldown TP from Lissandra. Urgot does die. It's a 1-for-1, but we get the TP out of Lissandra. I think it's okay. Even if Vayne does end up with another kill here. Not sure what the Janna's doing, to be honest.
Bizzle heart, Bizzle heart.
Hey Scott, thank you for the 9 months, much appreciated, thank you. Why Ghost Power instead of Zombie Ward? It's been a test that I've been doing lately actually with the Zombie Ward. Been testing to see if it's quicker to get that up rather than eyeballs. The 10 stack. Would love Varus to... There we go. Oh, that didn't connect. That didn't bit connect. Why did there no bit connect? Yeah, Varus shouldn't waste his arrows like that. Just wait for me to set him up. Might just tell him that in chat. Sandra's down here. Syndra's trying to get to there in time. I think we just look to push this in. Got Ocean Drake priority if you want to do that. Try and get one turret baiting here, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can need to help Trundle here. Thank you, Snows for Days. Thank you for the Twitch room sub. Welcome to the Berry Bush. Bane for 1. It's not gonna be impossible to deal with her, but it's not gonna be fun either.
21 months. Need more fishy supports.
Thank you, John. Thank you for the 21 months. Need more fishy supports? What you want? Nami or the Forbidden One? That's another good pickup there. Me and Varus are doing pretty well. Need to just push this one in and then reset. Just make sure Janna doesn't freeze the lane. MF's going to be down here pretty quickly with a mini home guard and I mean, that wasn't worth it for Janna. Like, that legit wasn't worth it. She's double summoner. She gets a kill. No assist tied to it. So we already get plus 150 gold off that anyway. And Varus gets to enter the lane quicker in here anyway. Like, legit free recall, no meme here. And he moves into lane slightly quicker. That wasn't worth it. Yeah, someone should be watching I've got a Janna guide video coming out for tomorrow. She should watch that. That's coming out on Wednesday. Big oof. Alright. She's taking so ham as well with Aerie. I don't know. Very crazy. So who's my favorite mid lane champ? Good question. I like Orianna. I think the Varus should just chill on his arrows. I've told him now. So we've got 4 minutes until turret platings drop off. We should be able to get everything on the spot side. Don't see why not. Their Gragas is extremely far behind. The only true threat on their team at the moment is Vayne. Oh, Varus's Q got interrupted. Yeah. Otherwise that would have been a killer misfortune. For your Garden of Thorns proc, is it better to use your E for the slow or Q for the damage? The majority of the time E, because you want to keep them in, like in to help land not just your rest of your skill shot with your Q and your ulti to keep them in for that, but also for your allies. The damage is the same apart from the fact that the E range is shorter than the Q range. So ideally you're making it so that it's the slowing plants coming out. Didn't really need to recall there. Yeah, we just walk back into lane with full resources here. An okay reset for this dragon coming up in 50 seconds time. Could have maybe have just stayed in lane, but it's fine. Better safe than sorry. Zyra plants slow the E. So when you do your root, your grasping roots, so if you do EW, it will spawn a plant that does melee attacks, but they slow, and they stack with the other one as well. They stack with up to two slowing plants. You'll see them. They're like little claw plants. Thank you for the heal, Varus. That would have been a bit spicy otherwise. This time just looking at me right now. No. Landing that E would have saved my life. She wouldn't have been in range there. Big oof. Why is Veigar support dropped off? It's actually a question I've been thinking in my head for the past couple of weeks, and I don't have a legit answer for it. I think it's partially because the shorter ranged AD carries aren't being played as much, like the Vayne, the Kaiser. And a lot of the meta right now is safe champions like Varus really far back, Misfortune really far back, Jhin pretty far back. So all these AD carries have really high range, and it's really risky to go that far in order to do a cage. I think that's the primary reason why. So it's strange as well because Veigar received a slight buff recently as well, plus 10 on his Q. Are there good reasons to ever buy 2 controllers if you have the gold? Okay, so sometimes you may not want to buy 2 control wards if it's very early in the game and you already have a control ward placed. You always want 1. But sometimes 2 is a little bit overkill because you could be in a situation where you're 50 gold short of completing an item. And we all know what that situation's like, and it's just a bit oof. I will have to buy another controlled here because I have no controlled on the map right now. So say if I had a controlled here in the tri-brush and it was 8 minutes into the game, I wouldn't... It's unlikely that this ward goes, especially if we're ahead. But it's nice to have 1 in your inventory if you need to move it or make a Drake play or whatever. But 2 can sometimes just be overkill because, as I just said, it just screws you over, and when you go back you're going to have to wait in fountain for 10 seconds or so, 15 seconds just to get to finish off the item. The sell value on the controlled is terrible as well, so you don't really want to sell it either. Oh wait, what? It's nice, I got the root through, but she managed to tap it in at the last second. We can definitely get this tier 2. Double root into pillar. That Vayne is Forgot about that Vayne. Hope she doesn't pop off and carry. She got 2 kills and then she died after using flash. There's a herald we should be contesting for. Gonna start making my way over there. I want to get this herald if we can. I think there's a real need to attack that ward. If he attacks that ward, it shows that we're definitely on it. Okay, now that control ward is now showing that we're on it. It's fine. Gragas missed his charge there. But also at the same time, that was a really bad smite from the Trundle. Oh, he didn't. I don't think he even had smite. Gragas could have stole that with the barrel. I think he had ult up again as well. Yeah, there's 2 Johns in chat. Watch out. Not sure which John's my favourite though. One's a sub, but the other one doesn't spam about Fizz support, so I don't know. Not sure. Alright, tier 2 please. We've got a Herald, are we going to use it? Would Fizz support be viable? No. Which one do we shoot? Just assume they're both the same person. Alright. The bribe helps. I'll give you a pass just for today, John. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Welcome to the Barrier Bush. Typhoon, Tin, Dark Crystal VR, Psycho, Jetty, Zog, Terabyte, Ku, Jeff, Amber, Brox, Rude Boy, Johnny, Nasiel, R, Ke, Darude, Manic, Boz, and Gothic. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you guys. Thank you, John, for the big, massive 20 gifted subs. I'm getting distracted here. That's a good Lissandra catch. She should die now, though. Eventually. This will be our 3rd Drake. Yeah, this is ours. I need to get off. Got distracted with all the subs there. You nearly got me killed, guys. Thoughts on AP Rakan mid lane? It got played a little bit like season 9, but I haven't seen anyone do it since. So I would take that as it's probably not worth doing. Yes, you're just sub now, Typhoon. Welcome to the Brave Ash, dude. What should you pick against a Sona? Blitzcrank? Senna could do quite well as well because Senna would still be able to trade and scale as much as Sona. Hard engage with a very bursty engage like a Lucian would also work too. Just did that plant there just to give Varus some vision for his Q, otherwise he's going to be shooting blind. Syndra's not in a good spot, but Gragas has no ulti. Need to be really careful here. One misplay and Vayne gets a crap ton of kills. That's a nice Urgot snipe. That's not a good Varus snipe. Herald's been finally being used down bot side. Syndra's pushing in mid, so that's creating some nice split pressure here. Ooh, the Trundle Pillar screwed up my route. Should still get the kill here though. Good. Thane died. Yeah, the Trundle Pillar knocked away the Gragas to the side, so it made my route miss. That was a little bit unlucky, but luckily there was no consequence to it. Once these minions start spawning from the Nexus, I'm going to use my ulti if I won't do it, if I haven't done it already, because it will create a lot of pressure in every lane. Get this Varus passive off me. Ugh. Got a couple of plants out there. Alright, bottom mid are pushed in quite a bit. We just need to look to get the Baron now. Got Rilo soon. Do I need control up there? We'll buy a couple of controls.
A bribe to be your favorite, John.
Aw, thank you, John. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Thank you for resubbing for 2 months. Much appreciated. Oh man, like, which one's my favorite John now? They're both subbed. Claudio, what do you think support really influences the bot lane meta at the moment? Yes, but not by much. It does have influence on it, but not as much as how relevant the AD carries are though. It's always, support is always preferred on what AD carry is.
Bizzle, let's see some Ziggs support next.
That's a lot of bits there, John. You just slapped down. You didn't even use the Bizzle bit emote, but I'll forgive you. Thank you for the 10,000 bits, Jonathan. Hope you're staying safe, and thank you so much for your generosity. Ziggs support. I've done it once before. Did I make a YouTube video on it? I can't remember if I did do a YouTube video on Ziggs support, didn't I? Like about a couple of months ago. Ended up being okay. I think that if you played Ziggs mid lane a lot and have a lot of experience, it could be something to like bring down the bot lane to you know, have something to work off there. Like the satchel and the turret platings are really useful. If you can get like a herald down the bot side with your jungler, then it can work. Uh-oh. Vayne can kill them all here. Okay, it required a couple of flashes. Mountain Soul's up in 20 seconds. Got's going for a TP here, and I have no idea why. I'm just gonna go for the dragon. I'll take the dragon soul. I can solo this if needed. It's nice that the Trundle's here. So this is Mountain Soul. We still have a couple of Baron buffs here on me and Trundle, and then we just need to take that to top. And up to top we go. Before we throw. Might be their red buff up. Might not be. Worth a little look though. It's frustrating in mid-low elo as AD carry me when supports don't understand matchups. That doesn't change, unfortunately. When you get high ELO, there's still a lot of like one-trick ponies and stuff that just whack in whatever they play the most, and it doesn't matter what the counterpart takes. It's the same when playing support as well. So, yeah. What's that aura around me? The purple one is Baron, and the brown one is Mountain Soul. Their inhibs are respawning shortly, so I don't think we're going to have double super creeps out. This should be fine. Brute force this down. Ah, MF didn't even see me ult him. Cassandra feared. Vayne's at the back there with no HP. Syndra didn't get to kill. Oh, got ult. Missed her. I think that was got ult. Should still be over now though. GG. We'll be honest, the Janna wasn't playing very well in lane, but they were lucky that they had that Vayne doing pretty well up top side. That's the only reason why that game lasted longer than 20 minutes. What on the Varus? I would have liked him to save his arrows just a tiny bit, especially early in the laning phase, to work with my E or my plant slows. Would have been more arrow landings there, but I think he generally did pretty well anyway. Nice. Nice. We did alright damage. Doesn't surprise me Lethality is top on the Varus when he was the one ahead early. Good job.